What if I told you that those cravings that you have for sugar, for processed foods like your chips and your cookies or red meat, is actually a symptom of spiritual attack and spiritual warfare? And what if I also told you that consuming those things could actually make you more spiritually vulnerable to spiritual attack and sorcery? And so, what I'm going to be revealing today is the number one way that sorcerers work to weaken a person's energy and vibration, and that is through food. I've often talked before about how a lot of sorcery and baneful magic that is intended to harm someone or bind someone or stagnate someone is a low vibrational form of magic. Not that it's not powerful, but that it is a low vibrational, dark type of magic. And so, in order to get the person who is being targeted by low vibrational magic into an energy that is an energetic match to the low vibrational magic, the sorcerer essentially has to first go through this kind of process of breaking down the vibration, the frequency, the aura of the person that they are targeting. And so, what I've noticed across the board, across hundreds of clients, is that they will experience things like intense cravings for sugary foods, for red meat, and for very bready things, because bread is carbs, carbs turn into sugar. So there is a correlation between what a person eats and how vulnerable they are to witchcraft. Food can be used as a weapon of witchcraft. And one of the ways that a sorcerer will do this is by attaching a particular type of spirit to a person. And this spirit is closely related to the spirit of gluttony and excess. Mainly, it is a parasitic type of spirit. And so, when I am saying that these spirits are associated with gluttony and excess and that they are parasitic, this means that, for one, a person could be extremely hungry, could find themselves extremely hungry, but only for particular types of things. Let's talk a little bit about the issue of why a person craves particular types of food. So, for one, most processed foods are high in salt and they contain things like dyes, they contain artificial or genetically modified ingredients, and all of this naturally weakens the physical body and the spiritual body. These two bodies are connected. So, if our physical body is being weakened by bad foods, then our spiritual body is automatically going to be weakened by those foods as well. And because we are thinking about how important the physical body is for maintaining a good vibration of our spirit, let's go ahead and drop the affirmation in the comments today. Affirmation is, I honor my body so that my spirit may flourish. Ashe, ashe, ashe. When we are thinking about processed foods and when we are thinking about meat to a certain degree as well, these are foods that have a negative vibration. I don't mean negative like bad and good. I mean negative in terms of it does not have a strong enough electric charge to bring light energy into the spiritual body or into the physical body. Then every time you eat certain things of this type of nature, your light body actually takes a hit. The energy of light is drained out and shadow energy is actually brought into the aura. It creates a kind of invisible wall between you and the spiritual realm. So those things block your spiritual gifts and they block your light power. And so the cravings that you are having for particular foods is not random. It is an intentional planned attack against your aura. Because if our light body is electric, if our light body is vibrant, if it is full of light energy, then a lot of low vibrational things are naturally deflected away from us. But if our light body is also in shadow energy, in low vibrational energy, then we are going to be weak to spiritual attacks. You all know that a lot of my story with my spiritual gifts coming online began with me doing a 10-day fresh juice fast. I was making all the juice myself. And after that, all of my spiritual gifts were completely online. And what I've noticed is that in order to really maintain the integrity, the vibration, the power of my spiritual gifts, I have to eat from the earth. I have to eat my herbs. I have to eat my fruits. I have to eat my vegetables. And so that is really the key, right? Food is supposed to be magic. The same way that there are physical parasites, there are also spiritual parasites, as in parasitic spirits. And so, one of the reasons why we will begin to crave junk, sugar, fried foods, and so on and so forth when we are under spiritual attack, it's really all about defiling the body to bring it lower in vibration. So I'm going to create a separate video all on the exact foods that I eat when I know that I am under spiritual attack. Very specific foods that can really invigorate the energy and help us to stave off spiritual attacks. So I will talk about that in a separate video. For now, let this be a lesson on treating the body like the temple that it is, because this is what I get the most questions about. When it comes to meat, it's all about quality and quantity. Is your meat organic? Does it have added hormones? Are you eating more meat than you are eating vegetables and fruits and herbs? That's really the question. It's a matter of quality and quantity. And so it's all about figuring out for you how much of it and what types of meat you need to best serve you spiritually and physically. If you would like a one-on-one session to look deeper into any spiritual situation in your life, please feel free to book a one-on-one reading with me, which will be performed live over Zoom. I hope to see you on a one-on-one Zoom call for a reading, on the Patreon, or simply on the next YouTube video. Peace and bliss. Ashe.